How's it going, YouTube? My name is Ari and welcome back to Blue Lion Finance. Now, if you are brand new to the Blue Lion Finance channel, you've just stumbled across Blue Lion Finance for your very first time, I want to personally welcome you here and share with you that this channel is all about investing, as well as my personal journey to amassing $100,000 within my Vanguard brokerage account. Now, as of today, that account is sitting at $70,257.71. If you're somebody out there who's been following the news and the market, you're probably, like most out there, worried about inflation and interest rates. Now, the good news on the day is Fed Chair Jerome Powell is going to be giving his 2 cents on what's going to be happening with interest rates and, of course, what he foresees coming along when it comes to inflation. Now, I will say if those interest rates are to hike up whatsoever, we can expect that stock market prices will fall, and that just creates a buying opportunity for investors like you and I to go ahead and jump in, growing our positions or adding new positions to our portfolio. Now, if you're sitting out there thinking, what exactly should I be investing in? You're in luck, because today's video is going to be all about the 5 dividend aristocrats paying out the highest dividend yields, aka the dividend aristocrats that can get you to an early retirement much sooner than if you had never invested in them before. Now, with that being said, today's video is one you certainly do not want to miss out on. And just before we get started, of course, go ahead and tap on that thumbs up button. It helps me grow this channel and getting the Blue Lion Finance word out there. And if you personally have not already subscribed, go ahead and just tap on that subscribe button for me. I'd love to have you along the journey with me. Now, YouTube, with that being said, let's get right to it. Now, before going any further in today's video talking about the 5 dividend aristocrats paying the highest dividend yields on the dividend aristocrat list, I just want to talk about these 5 companies in general terms, stating that each one of them is a very well-known, well-established, and of course, growing company that will be around for the long run. And moreover, just about dividend investing being one of the easiest routes to developing passive income, aka you sitting on a monthly, quarterly, or biannually basis, literally just collecting paychecks. Now, if you think getting rich is hard, I just want to have a little word with you and some of my friends.
I'd rather buy a wonderful business at a fair price than a fair business at a wonderful price. You really want to be in a wonderful business, because the time is the friend of the wonderful business. You keep compounding, it keeps doing more business, and you keep making more money.
What rights do you have as a shareholder when you own a share of a company that doesn't pay a dividend? If that company has a lot of discounted cash flow, are they actually, and they don't pay dividends, and they're not growing, and they're not investing, maybe they buy some shares of stock back. Maybe they issue more options for their executives, but what do you truly own? There was a point in time, back in the day when you owned a share of stock, you felt like you were an owner of the company.
Look at the volatility in the market around names that don't pay dividends. They're extremely volatile because there's no cushion of yield. What's the value of a stock that never returns capital to its shareholders? I don't know.
And there you have it from some of the greatest legends within the investment world, Mr. Warren Buffett himself, Mark Cuban, and of course Kevin O'Leary, all talking about the absolute necessity to find wonderful companies at fair prices, get invested in those companies who are going to treat you as if you are a literal owner of those companies, making wise financial decisions. That's literally money that's going to be paid out to you from their bank accounts to your personal wallet. Now, if you're finding those solid companies, you're going to make out very well in the future. That all leads me to the very first company we're going to talk about today. That is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. It is a REIT, so a real estate investment trust. It is a personal favorite of mine, whereas I own right now 40 total shares of Realty Income and only expect to continue to dollar cost average my way in. Now, when it comes to real estate investment trusts, you want to make sure that they are well established. So Realty Income was founded back in 1969. They have certainly matured very well, as they have over 6,600 different properties that span across all 50 states. They have properties within Puerto Rico as well as the UK, very diversified in terms of where their actual properties are located. But moreover, they have over 600 different clients ranging from 7-Eleven, Walgreens, CVS, Home Depot, FedEx, Walmart, and Kroger, just to name a handful of them. But certainly I would imagine you have set foot on Realty Income properties before. Now the best part is when it comes to their dividend, because they're paying out a strong dividend yield of 4.01%, and they've been doing so and increasing those dividends for over 26 consecutive years. As of right now, their stock is trading around $69, $70 per share. That's about a 10% discount from where they were trading prior to the pandemic. So definitely a right time to get invested in Realty Income. Now coming in at number 2, we have AbbVie, that's ticker symbol ABBV. Now AbbVie is a biopharmaceutical company that was founded in 2013. Now I know what you're probably thinking. If AbbVie is a dividend aristocrat, how in the world is it only founded in 2013? Well, it's actually a spin-off of Abbott Laboratories. They've been paying out dividends for over 49 consecutive years. And the best part is that dividend yield is coming in incredibly strong at 4.51%. Now, after doing further research, I found that 15 research firms have actually given and rated AbbVie as a very strong buy as of right now. They're projecting that AbbVie's price target come the end of the year is going to be upwards of around $120 per share. So as of right now, their share price is around $115 per share. If you get invested in them today, you're not only going to reap the benefits potentially of that increase in the value of their stock, but of course, just sit pretty on those dividends. Next up on our list, we have International Business Machines, better known by their ticker symbol IBM. Now, IBM is a tech company. Primarily, they're focused on cloud computing as well as artificial intelligence. Now, they recently hit a 52-week high, smashing right through $150 per share. That's all due thanks to their progress when it comes to cloud computing. They also have a spin-off in the works that is currently being worked out in terms of the details, but the spin-off name is going to be Kyndryl. So that's very exciting, although it does create a couple of layers worth of uncertainty. However, when it comes to their dividend, they have a strong dividend yield of 4.34%. And of course, they've been paying out those dividends and the increases for 25 consecutive years. Personally, I believe if they continue with the progress in their cloud computing, that stock share price as well as their dividend are only going to continue to increase for years to come. Now coming in at number 4 on our list, we have one of the largest oil and gas companies that is a descendant of John D. Rockefeller's Standard Oil. That company is ExxonMobil, ticker symbol XOM. And when it comes to ExxonMobil and many of the oil and gas companies out there, many of you may be hesitant to invest in them, well, simply because we're almost living in a time when the green revolution is happening now in our lifetime. So the question that I have, as well as many other investors out there, are, is it really a good time for the long-term investor to be investing in oil and gas companies? That question I'll leave for you, but I want to talk about ExxonMobil's dividend because they worked their butts off throughout 2020 to make sure that they can continue to pay out that dividend. Their dividend yield as of right now is 5.61%. They've been paying out dividends and increasing them for 37 straight years. Now, interestingly to note, just this week, we had a Bank of America analyst actually rate ExxonMobil as a buy simply because they're going to increase that dividend, which made their stock share price pop up just a bit here from $60, $61 all the way up to $64. But again, I'm going to leave that question in your hands whether or not to invest in an oil and gas giant because of the green direction that it seems we're heading in. Last but certainly not least here, we have AT&T, ticker symbol T, coming in at number 5 on our list. When it comes to AT&T, as many of you probably know, they are the world's largest telecommunications company, the world's second largest mobile phones provider. And of course, as many of you have probably been following along, if you're an investor in AT&T or have been thinking about investing in them, they recently announced a dividend cut. And now that dividend cut came after the announcement of them actually merging their Warner Media unit with Discovery. Now, it's my personal belief that this merger is going to do wonders for AT&T simply because Warner Media and Discovery are going to be able to focus on media and what they do best, whereas AT&T is going to be able to once again double down on telecommunications and mobile phone services. Now, up until this point in time, AT&T has been paying dividends out for 36 consecutive years and increasing those dividends. As of right now, their dividend is around 7%. With that dividend cut, it's gonna go down to around 5%. But again, an incredibly strong dividend for any company. It's a conservative dividend. I think the safest dividends are around 3 to 5% maximum. So with all of that being said, AT&T certainly for me will remain within my portfolio. And that is it. Those are the 5 dividend aristocrats with the highest dividend yields on the Dividend Aristocrat list. Now, YouTube, if you've learned something new, you've liked what you've heard, go ahead and just tap on that thumbs up button for me. It will greatly help me out in getting the Blue Lion Finance word out there and growing this channel. Moreover, if you personally have not already subscribed, go ahead and tap on that subscribe button for me. I would love to have you along this journey with me. Now, YouTube, until the next video, I will see you all there.